Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got game number 2 of the Yankees-Cleveland series here in 1978 on May 29th. Leading off for the New York Yankees playing center field is Rivers. Batting second is Randolph. Playing second. Batting third doing the catching's Munson. Batting fourth doing the DH is Chambliss. Batting fifth playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting sixth, playing left field is Piniella. Batting seventh, playing first base is Spencer. Batting eighth, playing right field is Blair. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Bucky Dent. And on the mound for the Yankees is Dick Tedrow. And for the hometown Cleveland Indians, we got leading off playing right field Dade. Batting second, playing left field Norris. Batting third, playing third Bell. Batting fourth, playing first base Cage. Batting fifth, playing center field is Manning. Batting sixth, doing the DH is Cox. Batting seventh, playing second base is Kuiper. Batting eighth, playing doing the catching is Hassey. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Verzels. And on the mound for the Indians is Weiss. Let's get down here to Cleveland and get this game started. And we got Mickey Rivers leading off here for the Yankees, batting .231 with 2 homers and 18 RBIs. Rick Wise, this is his 11th start of the year. He's 3-4 with a 3.42 ERA. And here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Rivers. He's aboard here. The leadoff single. Yankees get the first batter on, and Willie Randolph comes to the plate. And Willie, he is batting .282 on the year with a homer and 17 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Kuiper at second. 25 and an 8. Down at second. I'll be fielding column number 1. And I'll get Mickey out at second on a 4-6 put out. Puts Willie down at first. And 1 out. And Willie's going to take off here. It'll be a 31 or 61 or lower. He saves at second. And Willie's in there with his. See how many stolen bases this will be for Willie. And this will be Willie's 12th stolen base of the year. So Willie takes off, steals second, and gets in scoring position here for Thurman Munson with 1 out. Willie down at second. Munson's batting .285, 3 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. A 10 and a 7. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Let's see here if Willie can score. Dade's out there in right field today for Cleveland. That'll be a 3. That'll be a 44. A 31 or lower. Again, that'll be a 61, right? A 61 or lower. Willie's in there. And he's in there. An RBI single by Munson. Stolen base pays off. And the Yankees are up 1-0 here in the top of the first. That brings up Chris Chambliss now with Munson down at first. Chambliss is batting .272 on the year, 2 homers and 26 RBIs. And that's not what the Yankees want. That's a ground ball down the second. Kuiper's up with it. Tosses it over to Verzels, over to Cage, 4-6-3 double play. And that ends the inning. But the Yankees strike first, put 1 on the board. It's Yankees 1. Indians coming to the plate. And they got Dade, Norris, and Bell due up. And Dade's batting .262 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And TIDROW's on the mound for the Yankees, making his 9th start. 5-2 with a 3.62 ERA. And here's the pitch to Dade. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. TIDROW strikes out the first guy he sees for out number 1. Brings up Jim Norris now. And he's batting .378, no homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, 24 and a 40. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be another, probably, let's see, a 15 on a 40, another rare play. 15 and a 40. This time it's not. This ball's going to be put in play right in front of the plate. And Munson's up with it. And that's a chopper, and Munson tags him out. So it'll be a put out. Let's see here. How are we going to do that? It'll be a 6-2-2 put out. Let's see. That won't let you do that, will it? Will not let you do that. So let's see how that would be put in there. Just the pop up to the catcher will do it that way. So now there is 2 down and nobody on now for Mr. Bell. And Bell is batting .250 on the year. And he's got 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Blair makes the catch. Now to win the inning, Indians go down in order. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 New York, with Nettles, Piniella, and Spencer due up here. Craig's batting .299, 11 homers and 33 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Nettles turns on that one, drives it in the right. Wade gets over, holds him to a leadoff single. And the Yankees got the leadoff batter aboard. They cashed in the first. Can they do it here in the second? Lou Piniella's up batting .344 with 2 homers and 19 RBIs. And that's going to be a 40 the team. Here's DH and Cox says 2, 5, 13, 19, 27, 29, 31, 32, 37. I'll be feeling pass ball runner to second by PB3 catcher only. And he is. So that's a pass ball. And now you got Nettles down at second on a 1-0 pitch to Piniella. Let's see if they can cash in here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 62 and a 5. Still might be column number 3, column number 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Piniella out. And that brings up Jim Spencer, batting .300 on the year. 6 homers and 12 RBIs. Nettles down there at second. 1 out now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Spencer strikes out. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at second for Paul Blair. Can he get a 2-out hit here? Make this a 2-0 game. Blair's batting a .188. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down. Nope, that's going to be another swing and a miss. And he strikes out the sidewise, does after the single by Nettles. We get to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Yanks. See, the Yankees are going to be leaving Cleveland and playing a 2-game series against Baltimore at home. And then they go back on the road out to California to take on the A's in Oakland. We got Cage, Manning, and Cox due up. Cage is batting .300 on the season with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. As Cleveland baseball fan, Tim joins us here. Check out his great channel. He's doing a Gaylord Perry replay. And here's the pitch to Cage. And that's going to be a base on balls. He takes a walk down the first. And now Manning's up. Can the Yankees turn two here and get out of this with nobody advancing? Manning's batting .228. He has a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Manning. And all of a sudden, Dick can't find the strike zone here. And that's going to be against a righty. 7. And that is going to be an infield hit. And just like that, the Indians are making some noise here in the bottom of the second. The first 2 batters aboard. First and second, nobody out for Ted Cox. Cox batting a .163, no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Let's see here. That'll be a 30. We roll a dice. A 3. That'll be a 39. And Cage is going to stay put with 1 out here. Fly ball to the right. Runner still at first and second for Kuiper. And Kuiper's batting .307 on the year. 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Lou's got that for out number 2. Can TIDROW get away with having the first 2 batters get aboard and nobody scoring? It's up to Ron Hassey batting a .172 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He tosses it over to Spencer, and Dick gets out of the trouble. And the Indians strand 2. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0 New York. We got Dent due up. Then the lineup turns over to Rivers and Randolph. Bucky's batting .286 on the year with a homer and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Kuiper at second. That'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the third. First time the Yankees haven't had the leadoff batter aboard. Here's a Mickey. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Dayton right field rather, and that'll be out number 2. It's up to Willie to get something going here with 2 outs. Willie grounded into a fourth play. Stole second, came around to score on the Munson single. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Kuiper. He's got it over to first in a 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the third. The bottom of the order is due up for Reiser and then Dade and Norris. For Reiser's batting .204 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. 46 and an 8 still should be column number 1. And it is. Nice play by Munson. He gets up with it, fires that ball down the first. And there's 1 out here in the third. And we're back to the top of the order. Wade struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He fires over to Spencer for out number 2. And that brings up Jim Norris now. And Norris popped up to Munson his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick and over to Spencer. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. To the top of the fourth we go. Got the big boys coming up. Munson, Chambliss, and Nettles. And Thurman had that RBI single back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Wade for out number 1. And up to the plate now is Chris Chambliss. Chambliss doing the DH in the day. Grounding into that 4-6-3 double play. And that's going to be a ground ball down the bell. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. And now Nettles is up with nobody on and 2 outs. He singled his first time up in the second. And that's going to be another fly ball to Dade. And that'll be another 1, 2, 3 inning. To the bottom of the fourth we go. And you got Bell due up followed by Cage and Manning. They got the 3, 4, 5 hitters up, and Cleveland's upcoming schedule. They go on the road after this home game to play Milwaukee for 4, and they come back home after that to take on the White Sox. Bell flew out to Blair's first time up. That's going to be a 9. That's going to be a single in the left field. Bell's aboard here with a leadoff hit. And here we go again. TIDROW got out of it back there in the second inning. What about the fourth here? Cage, he walked back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So Cage is yet to put the ball in play. One down, Bell still at first. Manning's up. He singled back in the second. 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. See if they can turn 2 on this. 54-2. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick. He spins around, fires down the den at second. They get the lead runner. Now there's 2 outs and Manning down at first. And Manning down at first. Cox is up, and he flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a foul ball back behind the plate near the screen. Munson takes the mask off, makes the catch. The Indians strand 1 to the top of the 5th we go. Still a 1-0 New York lead. You got Piniella, Spencer, and Blair due up. Lou popped up. No, sorry, he struck out his first time. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Manning in center field. And up to the plate now steps Jimmy Spencer. Nobody on him, 1 out. And Spencer struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Spencer now struck out both times up. That's Wise's 4th strikeout. And here comes Blair. Back when he struck out the side, Blair struck out to end the inning. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Buddy Bell. Now to end the inning, the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 5th we go. And the bottom part of the order due up as Aaron Reed joins us here. Kuiper, Hasse, and Vercel. And here's the pitch to Kuiper. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's Dick's 3rd strikeout of the game. And Hasse's up. And Ron Hasse, he grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. He's up with it. Fires over to Spencer for out number 2. And here comes Tom Vercels. He grounded out to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be another chopper out in front of the plate. And Thurman's up with this one again. And he fires down the first for a 1, 2, 3 inning. To the top of the 6th we go. We got Dent due up, and then back to the top of the order in Rivers and Randolph. Bucky grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down the second. And we've got 1 out now for Mickey Rivers. He's 1 for 2 today. Single back in the first. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Mick's down at first with Willie up. And I think Mick's going to take off, try to get in the scoring position here. It'll be a 61 or lower. He'll be safe at second with the stolen base, and he's in there with a stolen base. So Mick, let's see how many stolen bases that is for Mick. On the year, runner down at second. Mick is 16 out of 18. He's only been caught twice. That was his 16th stolen base. Now you got Willie up, the runner down in scoring position and 1 out. And Willie is 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and came around to score back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And we'll see here now. That's a line drive down the short. Mickey gets back. But now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Thurman Munson to deliver again here. And he drive in and double this lead. Like I said, he had an RBI single back in the first. And that's going to be against the righty a 10. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that'll win the inning. The Yankees strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 1. Cleveland nothing. You got Dade, Norris, and Bell, the top of the order, due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Wade's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. And Willie, throws over to Spencer for out number 1. And now you got Jim Norris up. Norris is 0 for 2. Popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nettles. He fires over to first. 2 quick outs. Up to Buddy Bell to get something started here. And Bell is 1 for 2. He is flown out and singled back in the 4th. One of the 2 hits for Cleveland. That's a lazy fly ball out the center. Mickey's got it for out number 3. And we go to the top of the 7th. We got Chambliss, Nettles, and Piniella. We got the 4, 5, 6 hitters up here. Can the Yankees do something? As you see the team replay comparison, the Yankees are 32-12 with a 280 batting average, a 338 on base percentage, slugging 438 with a 776 OPS. And the Tribe's 16-28. Batting 243, a 310 on base percentage, slugging 435 with a 744 OPS. Chambliss is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Tom can't handle that. That's going to be an E6. See if the Yankees can take advantage of the air. Now you got Chambliss down at first. Nettles at the plate. Greg singled back in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And they're going to get the runner out at 2nd. He spins, fires down to Tom. And now you got Nettles down at 1st. And 1 out for Piniella. So you have Sweet Lou can do some damage here. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and flown out. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Can Lou take advantage of this 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be against a righty, a 7. And that is going to be a single in the left field. And Nettles with his speed will stop at 2nd. So 1st and 2nd now with 1 out. And Mr. Spencer for hire comes up. See if Jim can deliver here. He struck out twice. Can he put the ball in play and drive Nettles in? He's 0 for 2. As Dave Little joins us here today, check out his great channel. And we dropped the dice, and now it's an official game. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 2. So it's all up to Paul Blair here. Yankees with 1st and 2nd and 2 outs. Blair struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be against the 10, a 10 and a 10. And that's going to do it, folks. That's going to be a single. But that's just going to fill the bases. Nettles isn't going any further than that. So we got the bases full. 2 outs. Can the Yankees bust this game open with Bucky Dent at the plate? And Bucky's 0 for 2. 2 ground balls to 2nd. Dent deliver here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead. And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Kuiper will go the short way over to second, and that ends the inning. The Yankees strand. The base is loaded. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's 1-0 New York. We got the big boys due up here for the Indians. Bell, Cage, and Manny. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Against Dick TIDROW. And Philip Reynolds joins us here today. Check out Philip's channel. And here's the pitch to Mr. Oh, Bell's not up. It's Cage, Manning, and Cox. Sorry about that. So Wayne Cage is 0 for 1. He walked back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, has yet to put the ball in play. And he does this time, and that's a base hit. Let's see where this ball lands up at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So the Indians got the tying run down at 2nd and nobody out. Rick Manning comes to the plate. Dick TIDROW pitch out of this mess. And Manning's 1 for 2. He is singled and reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch to Manning. And that's going to be a infield. Let's see here. 8, 16. 23, 27, 36. I'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be a pop-up down the left field line. Bucky Dent goes into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. Big out there. Cage has to stay put. Now you got Cox up. He's 0 for 2. He has flown out the right and popped up the Munson. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And let's see if he keeps the runner over at 2nd. Matter of fact, that's going to be, yep, that's exactly what he does. He looks the runner back to 2nd. Nettles does. Fires over to 1st. Now there's 2 out and the runner still down at 2nd. And Kuiper's up now, and Dwayne Kuiper is 0 for 2. He's flown out the Lou in left field and struck out. Can TIDROW get out of this leadoff double with nobody scoring? And that's going to be a 36. He's a wild pitcher too, so that's going to be a wild pitch. Runner now is 90 feet away. You can't afford another one of those. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Kuiper. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lou in left field. He camps under it, makes the catch. Cage gets stranded at 3rd. To the top of the 8th we go. Yankees still with a 1-0 lead here. Weiss is pitching a hell of a game. TIDROW's just beating him. And he's got the top of the order due up here. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Mickey's 2 for 3 with a stolen base. A single back in the 1st and 6th, and stole that base in the 6th inning. And that's a well-hit ball. Mickey Rivers gets a hold of this. See where this ends up at in Cleveland. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Wade gets over it quickly, cuts it off. That'll be a single, but Rivers going to try to get in the scoring position here. So Mickey's going to try to take off here. Try to get down to 2nd. He's already got 1 stolen base on the game. Let's see if he can do it again. A 61 or lower. He's safe. And he's down there at 2nd with another stolen base in scoring position now for Willie. And Willie's 0 for 3. He did reach on a fielder's choice and came around the score back in the 1st after he stole the base. They've been running wild on Hassey. And Willie with the pitch. And that's going to be a infield. Let's see what their infield's like. 14, 16, 21, 31. going to be a pop-up down the right field line. Kuiper goes over, makes the catch in foul territory. River stays put. Now there's one out. And Thurman Munson's up. See what Thurman can do here. He's 1 for 3 with that RBI single back in the first. Can he deliver again? And he does. He squares this one up. The captain's shown why he's called the captain. And that ball is driven into the gap in left center field. And that'll score Mick. And it's now a 2-run ball game. 2-0 New York. And that might be it for Wise. You got the lefties all coming up here now. Chambliss and Nettles. Let's see who they're going to go with out of the bullpen. Paul Keeney, the lefty, I believe is going to come in here. Let's see. When was the last time these guys pitched? Old Sid, when was the last time he pitched? He pitched 2 days ago. Yep, it's going to be Dennis is going to come out here to pitch. He hasn't pitched in a while. So Dennis is going to come out of the bullpen, try to keep this a 2-run ball game with all these lefties due up. We got Chambliss at the plate now with a runner still down at second. Chambliss is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, reached on an error back in the 7th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Chris out for out number 2. And that'll bring up Greg Nettles now. And Nettles is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Dade. And I forgot to say, Dennis, this is his 13th appearance. He's 1-1 on the year. And he gets 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. But the Yankees, with the double by Munson, takes a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 8th. And Dick's still out there on the mound, pitching a 3-hit shutout. He's got Hassey, Versells, and then back to the top of the order and Dade. And Ron's 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Indians ain't going down quietly. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Ron Hassey has just put the Indians on the scoreboard here, folks. He turned on that one, hit that out of right field. It's a 2-1 ball game. And that'll get the bullpen up for the Yankees. The Goose is getting ready. Tom's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to Munson both times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the dent. He's going to boot that one, folks. And all of a sudden, the wheels are coming off here in the 8th. That's an E6. And I think that's going to be it for TIDROW, even though it's not his fault with that one. And the Goose is going to come in here and try to close this game out. Here comes the Goose with nobody out and a runner down at first. Trying to save this game, a 2-1 ball game now. And the Goose is going for it, I believe, his 12th save of the year. Yep, this is his 14th appearance. He's 1-0 with 11 saves and no ERA as of yet. You got a runner down at first and Wade Dade up at the plate. He's 0 for 3, struck out and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. Can he go around the horn with this, folks? And the answer is yes, he can. That's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Goose comes in, faces one batter and gets 2 outs. Now there's nobody on for Norris. And Norris is 0 for 3. He's popped up the Munson and grounded out twice. And that's going to be against the righty. 21 and an 8. That's going to be a fly ball out the Blair. That ends the inning, but the Indians get 1 make this a 2-1 ball game as we go to the 9th. And now let's see, you got a righty, lefty, righty. I think that's going to be it for Dennis. Let's see who they're going to go to here with the righty, lefty, righty thing. And Jim Kern's going to come out of the bullpen, I believe. So bring in a righty here with Blair and Piniella. Take your chances with Spencer with the righty. And Jim Kern comes out of the pen. And this is Jim's 12th appearance. He's 0-1 with 1 save with an 8.44 ERA. Lose 1 for 3, singled back in the 7th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. That'll be out number 1. And now you got Jim Spencer up with 1 out and nobody on. Spencer's 0 for 3, struck out twice and popped up the short. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, and that's the hat trick for Spencer. That's 3 strikeouts in the game. 2 down here in the top of the 9th. It's up to Blair to get something going and get some insurance runs. Blair singled back in the 7th. And he gets a hold of this. Drives that ball in the left field. Is it going to drop is the question. Let's see here. 33 against the righty. 10. And nope. And that ball is caught. Norris makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, folks. The Yankees go down in order. And Yankees 2, Indians 1. You got Bell, Cage, and Manning due up here against the Goose. And Buddy Bell's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 4th. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So the tying run is down at first. Go ahead runs at the plate, and Wayne Cage. Goose is going to try to make this interesting, it looks like. Cage is 1 for 2. He doubled and walked, doubled back in the 7th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blair for out number 1. So now there's 1 down and Rick Manning up. Manning's 1 for 3. He singled, grounded into a forced play and popped up. And that's just what the doctor ordered, folks. That's a ground ball down the Willie, over to Dent, over to Spencer. 5-6-3 double play ends the game. Yankees hold on to win. 2-1. Indians made it the game. Let's check out the box score. The Yankees squeak on by. Here. And the Yankees 2 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. The Indians 1 run, 5 hits and 1 error. The man of the hour, well, 2 men. You had Dick TIDROW pitching a hell of a game, and the only offense was Thurman Munson with those 2 hits and 2 RBIs. He was 2 for 4 with a RBI single and an RBI double. The Yankees were only 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 6 men on base. And Mr. Bell had a good game for the Indians. He was 2 for 4, but they was 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Ron Hassey with the homer. They only left 4 men on base. Dick TIDROW goes to 6-2, pitched a great game. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 3, gave up the home run to Hassey. Goose comes in, picks up his 12th save, 2 innings, 1 hit. And poor Wise drops to 3-5, goes 7 1/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, struck out 4, but picks up the loss. Keeney comes in, 2/3 of an inning, struck out 1, and Kern comes in, finishes out the 9th, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. And let's do the rest of the American League here. You got the Blue Jays traveling out to Boston to take on the Red Sox. Dennis Eckersley's on the mound, off to a kind of slow start for the Eck here in 78. 3-4 with a 5.4 ERA. And I'll say something bad about him, and he pitches a shutout. That's his first shutout of the year. The Red Sox 4 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Blue Jays no runs, 6 hits and 2 errors. Then you got California Angels traveling to Chicago to take on the White Sox. And another shutout. This is a pitching day today. And that's the first shutout for Wood. He shuts the Angels out. The White Sox score 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Angels, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors. And you got Baltimore traveling to Detroit to take on the Tigers. In Detroit City. And the Tigers win 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Orioles 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. And now you got the A's taking on the Brew Crew out in Milwaukee. And the A's win 5-2 on 8 hits and 1 run. The Brewers 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 run. And the last game here in the American League is the Twins traveling to Texas to take on the Rangers. Old Fergie's pitching them for the Rangers. Let's see how he does. And he gets roughed up a bit. The Twins 5 runs on 12 hits and no errors. Rangers 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. Take a look at the American League standings and leaderboard. The Yankees are 7 games up on the Tigers and Rangers. Brewers are 8.5 games back. Blue Jays 11. Baltimore 16. And the Tribe are 17. And out west, the Twins are 2.5 games up on the White Sox. 4 games up on the A's. Rangers and Kansas City 6 games back. California 7, and the Seattle Mariners are 13 games back. Jim Rice is leading the American League with a .356 batting average. Reggie with his 18 homers, and Jim Rice with 46 RBIs. And the Gator with his .9 ERA. And now Wilbur Wood with 8 wins is leading the American League. And Goose, as you've seen, just picked up his 12th save. Jim Rice is leading in the American League MVP. And the Gator, Ron Gentry, is leading in the Cy Young voting. I want to thank Philip Reynolds. Check out his great channel. Dave Little, check out his great channel. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, check out his channel. And Aaron Reed, check out his great channel, folks. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.